All right, y'all, what's up? What's going on? I meant to jump on yesterday, but hey, it was Sunday. I decided to relax and just, do some videos and just let the fight high come down and just chill out. Fight night was good. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, that's how we supposed to do, right? As fight fans, we supposed to enjoy the fight game, and that's how I like it, man. So yeah, Sunday I started to get on and talk, but I said, I got things to do, get some work in and just kind of relax, just relax. I hope most of y'all did that. I mean, this you would think a fight event would have people enjoy it, but man. Anyways, but yeah, want to just really this ain't my regular show. I just want to do a little post fight here and talk about yesterday and of course address my thoughts on the champ, Grasso, of course, and we got to talk about the number one contender, of course. Let's talk about bantamweight a little bit now with Norma Dumont hitting the scene. And my girl Yasmin, man, my girl Yasmin. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man. But yeah, the first thing I wanted to say though, I just wanted to talk about, man. Shout out to the real WMMA fans. Like that's why I put that in the title, WMMA fans losing. It just seems like since this fight happened and the outcome went this way, people acting like they acting like they were shocked that this outcome came out. And now a lot of people are either upset or just completely torn apart by the game. It's like they can't take it. Like, what are y'all? That's what I want to know. Like, what are people first off? Like, are y'all fans? Are y'all just people that like to troll the fight game? Or y'all simps? Like, what is it? See, I'm a fan of the fight game. You gonna always hear me. All right. You gonna always hear me because first off, number one, I'm not invested in a fighter like that. Number two, I'm not a promoter. Number three, I'm not somebody that, is going to tell people what they want to hear. I'm going to tell what I want to hear, whether you like it or not. I have my way of doing it. And that's just what it is. If you come to my channel, I'm going to give you my thoughts, my outcome, and how I like it. How I like to see the fight game and what I want to see from a fighter. But I think, when people get into the chat, they just start talking stupid sometimes. And, they don't understand how the fight game works or they don't like hearing other people's opinions. But yeah, let me go to the chat real quick Hey, Josh, what's up, man? He said, can we talk about Grasso? Of course, we're going to talk about that, man. And yeah, Big Soldier talking about Addict blocking people. Again, shout out to Addict. We got to say shout out to Addict. I mean, when people are not really like fight fans or true followers of the fight game, and you come to somebody's channel and you just talking stupid or just making stupid comments or like sensitive comments because a fighter is not they're not telling you what you want to hear, you will get blocked. Some people will block you, and I'll do the same thing too. Like some of y'all, y'all do talk out of pocket sometimes, so some people can't tolerate it like that. They're gonna get rid of you and they will clown you. But you have to respect another person's opinion. You have to respect another person's opinion on how the fight goes. You got to respect the fighter as well. Like my other thing I want to say, number three is I respect the fighters. I may not be a promoter of the fighter. I'm not going to be one-sided on it with a particular fighter, but I also respect the fighters. I respect the fighters. Going into this fight, I respect Grasso. I just felt Valentina was going to win the fight. The first fight, I didn't think Grasso had a chance at all. I didn't think she had a chance at all, but she proved me wrong. But that didn't have me talking trash about her. That didn't have me calling Grasso all kind of names or, even turning my back on Valentina. Like Valentina lost the first fight. She got finished. I talked about what she did wrong. I talked about what she wasn't doing right. I mean, what she wasn't doing, what she should have done. But I ain't going to, put the fighter down. And I ain't gonna get mad at other people because they picked Grasso, and I'm not, I'm not leaving the fight. I'm not gonna hide either. You know, like if I get something wrong, that's it. I'm not the actual fighter. I'm not the one in there. You know, like we all go in picking. We all know what a fighter's able to do, but we also know that MMA, boxing, anything can happen. There's always a key. There's always keys to victory. Like, yeah, I can tell you what a fighter's keys to victory are, and I'm pretty sure that they'll always work. But the thing is, will the person execute them? You know, does a person execute them? So yeah, I mean, a lot of WMMA fans either losing it, just putting Valentina down. I mean, you can be critical of her performance, but at the same time, hey, be critical of Grasso. She's the one that she's the one that couldn't do anything in this particular situation, right? Grasso couldn't do anything, you know. So what? Hey, don't get don't get mad at Valentina here. You got to say what was up with Grasso's takedown defense. You know, why was she not prepared to go to the ground? Why was she not prepared? This happened in the first and the second fight, and she was prepared those times. But why this time, if Valentina was strictly turning into a wrestler, why wasn't she prepared? You know, so you just got to look at it like that. Like, let's not be sensitive. You know, let's not be sensitive about how a fight can turn out. There's no need for name calling. Like, let's just enjoy a fight card. You know, let's just enjoy a fight card. That's all it is. You know. Let's see here. Yeah, Colostrum. I like the Noche. I like the graphics. I did. The setup was nice. What's up, Sergio? I like the setup. I like the setup, man. I did. I like the setup. Easy, what's up, man? He said, "Oh yeah, we talking about Grasso, man. All right, see, look. All right, easy. Look, you know Grasso. Look, you know Grasso. She tried. Well, kind of tried, but hey, you know." Tiago, what's up? Tiago said, "Can someone explain why Valentina is not loved by the UFC fandom? Is it the age?" Um, I mean, when you think of the UFC fandom, man, you got to think of bloodthirsty fans. Think of that demographic. You know, you think of the demographic that's coming. The demographic that's coming, they're not necessarily come to see. They're not coming to see chess matches, Tiago. They want to see antics. They want to see finishes. All right. Like, that's not taken away from what Valentina's doing. All right. Like, Valentina is one of the best mixed martial artists out there now. You know, she's one of the best women fighters of all time. But the UFC fandom is different than the average, just like martial artist or a martial art fan. You know what I mean? Like, same thing with boxing. Like, people that come to see boxing matches, you know, they want to see knockouts, but they want to see knockouts. But if you have a boxer, could be the best boxer in the world, but he's not scoring a lot of knockouts. You know, he definitely pound for pound one of the best fighters, but if he's not scoring knockouts, you know, they're not going to really gravitate towards him. You know, that's just kind of how it is. You know, those fan bases that come out, they want to see finishes. Like, they're more into like a Mike Tyson, you know, like Mike Tyson knocking people out. So they'll be more excited by that. But I think some people with Valentina, they think that the style that she's fighting, you know, I like it. I mean, as long as you're winning, I like it. But yeah, I wouldn't put it on there as like a barn burner. Like, she's not putting on. She has highlights on her resume, of course. Like, she does bring it like that, but not every fight has been like that. You know, whether it be the Nunes fights, Liz Carmouche, this recent fight. But then, you know, she'll balance it out with, you know, like an Andrade finish. She'll balance it out with a Jessica I finish, Caitlin Chikagan finish. You know, so yeah, like, for me, that's what I like. You know, that's what I like. But like the average fan in the UFC, that's what they're looking for. So they're casual fans. You know, they're not really going to be studiers of like the science behind it. You know. Big Soldier said Jack Valentina, just a fighter, a strong-minded fighter. Yeah, a strong-minded fighter. You got to be a strong-minded fighter. I mean, and if that's what she wants to do, you know, that's how you got to stick it out. You know, you got to stick to your game plan. Don't listen to the fans. You know, don't ever listen to the fans. Lolita said Val is Russia cold at times, kind of hardy. That doesn't go over with fans. Plus, like I said, not excited. Yeah, you just, you know, not exciting all the time. You know, she's not going to be putting on that type of stuff. Paul said, do you think Alexa needs to go on the shelf for 6 or 7 months like Aaron did when she was whooped? Not only because the fans don't want to see her again right away, but to work on herself and her game. I can 6 or 7 months, that's good. You know, that's a normal turnaround time. You know, Paul. I would like to see that, definitely. You know, take your time. Take 6 months off to grow. That's the normal turnaround time for fighters. I know usually the active ones come back 3 to 4 months, you know, but as somebody who held the belt and been in some, you know, mentally draining fights back to back, even though it had been a year off since the third fight, I would say still take some time off. You know, Paul, take some time off, like, because even in that year, she was doing a lot. You know, Grasso was doing a lot. She ain't never been a champion like that before. So, you know, that kind of weighs on a person. So, you know, you've been in there with Valentina 2 times, then you do the tough show, and then just the pressure and all the lights and the big crowd and just the biggest fight event I think she's ever experienced, you know, UFC Noche this past Saturday. I would say take the time off, you know, half a year, that ain't long. Come right back in the springtime. That's fair. But at the same time, don't take too long off, because you don't want to fall behind with these fighters. But yeah, going back up to what Josh had asked earlier. Hold on, what was you asking about? What would be next for Grasso? We'll get it. Yeah, let me get into that in a second, though. But yeah, like I'm saying, man, it's all fun and games, man. Like, for us, that's how we should see it, man. Like, it's just a fight. It's just a fight. Just enjoy it, man. Don't put your investment in, you know, fighters like that make you feel like, oh man, like I got to take it out on somebody. Then you got to get on somebody's channel and just talk trash. You know, don't get on Addict's channel. Hey, definitely don't get on my channel and just start talking stupid. You know, don't get on Coach's channel and just start talking stupid or making dumb comments. You know, like I already told you, you know, hey, y'all know who got blocked over here. You know, when you get childish, you gone. So yeah, Colors for me said they have kissed Valentina's behind for years, even her fights were boring, but now they delete their videos and comments. They become a big Grasso fan. Now, who are you talking about? Who deletes their videos and comments and becomes a big Grasso fan? Who's a Grasso fan? Who's the they? Colors for me. We need names. If you're gonna talk over here, we gotta have some names, because I don't know who you're talking about. Sergio said the fact that Norma has 2 less fights in the UFC than Alexa is crazy. Thanks, Sergio. Who did you finally settle on? I can't remember. Did you settle on Norma or Aldana? Did you say it was 50-50? Because I told you, man, like I just couldn't see Rena Aldana winning. I know it might have been you said you're being biased, but I just couldn't see her winning. I just could not see her winning the fight. Tiago said, hold on. What's your thoughts on Valentina versus Manon? Also, what's next for Grasso? Okay, yeah, that's a good question. I'm gonna talk about that here in a minute. Easy said Valentina has always been low-key arrogant and disrespectful, always acting like she isn't. That's what rubs me the wrong way. I don't feel like she has as much respect for her opponents as she says. I think she has respect for the game. You know, I think she does. I think she has respect for the sport of martial arts. And I think she feels like, to a certain extent, like the work she's put in does make her better. So yeah, I definitely sense you know, a bit of arrogance there. I mean, that's what kind of cost her the first fight, right? That's what kind of cost her the first fight. I mean, and you can see it in the performance, Easy. I mean, like once she gets tagged, she'll want to get it back. It's almost like she gets mad sometimes, right? It's almost like she gets a little mad. Like once you get off on her, you know, she wants to get it back right then. That's why I always say when you hit her, she's gonna come after you. So make sure you can counter Valentina, So yeah, I think that's in every fighter, but yeah, I can see that in a little bit in there. I think that's normal, but overall, I think Valentina's always respected the game as far as her work ethic too. That's something I can't knock. Marcus Bell, what's up? What's going on? Oh yeah, you went with the three. Sergio said he went with the three Mexicans. I actually went with one. And that was no guarantee, Sergio. I went with you know who I went with. I went with y'all know who I went with. Hold on. I hate to do it. I went with Yasmin. That's the only one I could go with. That was the only one I felt. Yasmin Haurigi is the only one I felt confident in this one as far as getting her victory. But look how it turned out, man. Look how it turned out. I went with Yasmin. And I like Yasmin too, man. I do, man. I like Yasmin. I think she's a talent. I think she has a lot of good natural abilities, but there's techniques, there's technique missing there, man. There's technique missing. Paul said I had Haurigi, Aldana, and Grasso. Woo! 0-3. 0-3. Paul got that Roxanne Modafferi record, boy. Paul got that Roxanne Modafferi record going on over there. Him and Sergio. We all got that Roxy record. Paul and Sergio Modafferi. Hey, I got two. Hey, I went 2-1 this time. I picked the Brazilians. The Brazilians, they came and showed out. Yeah, somebody asked me that the other day. Big Soldier said Yasmin has no chin, and Sergio said Yasmin was kind of chinny. Yeah, somebody asked me the other day. Who is that to ask me? Whose chin is better, Ebos or Yasmin? And yeah, I would have to say Ebos is. Like Ebos really only been knocked out one time, and that was against a hard puncher like Marina Rodriguez that she walked into, and only been like buckled a couple of times, and she recovers fast. Like, so that's why I got to say her. Yeah, okay, yeah, with Sergio. Yeah, her chin might get buzzed a little bit, but she will recover. So her recovery is quicker. But whenever you hit Yasmin, it's kind of like Amir Khan, and you can't help that. You can't help that. So yeah, before I go any further, yeah, I'll say with Yasmin, man, I think there's got to be some big changes. Like, it's got to be a smart striking fight for her. It's got to be from a distance. She's got to start, picking her shots, staying from staying, just using the long jab, use her long strikes. She's got the hand speed to do what she needs to do to get the job done, and use a lot of lateral movement. I just don't think she's gonna make it if she continues to get drawn into these wars. She was lucky Yasmin Lucindo didn't have the same type of power. Yasmin Lucindo, she's had some wars with these Brazilians though, man. She's fought Yasmin Lucindo, Denise Gomes, now Ketlin Souza, and these girls hit hard, man. These girls hit hard. I mean, you see that left hook that Ketlin Souza turned over, man. The way Ketlin Souza turned that thing over. Ooh, I went back and just watched the form of it. I was like, yeah, she threw that thing with bad intentions. And she was timing that thing. She timed that left hook. And she caught her a couple of times already when Yasmin would drop her hands. Sergio said that's how Stella knocked her down. Yeah, yep. Because she stayed in that pocket too long. You stay in that pocket too long and you already, your chin ain't that good. You got to get maybe 1-2 off, stay on the outside. Focus on the leg kicks or push kicks. That's it. But you stay in there too long with that type of chin. I'll say go ahead and work on the wrestling. That's a big part. Work on your wrestling. Work on that wrestling and continue to just drill like that. Fight on the inside. Fight as a clinch fighter more so. Don't stay in that mid range. I don't think that's wise for her. Don't stay in the mid range like that. That's not going to work. Speaking of Denise Gomes, she's going to put Carolina down, man. I hate to say it. I think so, man. I think so. Queen said, I love how, what man child, what are y'all talking about? Towards me, who's Queen talking about? Anybody know who she talking about? Anybody who knows she talking about? Because somebody, I'm about to block somebody they talking about. Because I don't know what you talking about me. I know you ain't talking about me. I mean, you just come over making noise. Who you talking about calling a man child? Sergio said, do you think Kelly Souza could be a title contender? Good question. Hold that thought. Colostrum said Ketlin Souza versus Loma Labutni. Oh man. Size wise, I think Ketlin could hang. Loma can wrestle though. Loma's got good body kicks in wrestling though, man. I think experience wise, I still would have to go with Loma. I think Loma's, she's a little ferocious, man. She's a little ferocious. I think so. Ernest, what's up, man? Ernest said you've been dropping the band hammer down. No, not lately. I mean, I have. I mean, that's just whenever, people talk stupid, but I mean, for the most part, I haven't as of lately. Let me go back to Sergio's question. Do you think Ketlin could be a title contender? Could she be a title contender? I have to see a little bit more, Sergio. Not yet. I can't say yet. Yasmin Lucindo, yeah. Because I see a few more tools in Yasmin. Lucindo's got a few more tools, so I could say yeah. But Ketlin, I'm not sure. I want to see what she looks like on the ground. I know that sounds weird coming from a fighter that is a Brazilian, but I want to see a little bit more. Ketlin versus Angela Hill. Oh man, I'm gonna go with Angela Hill on that one. I think Ketlin versus. Let me see how she would handle. I want to see how she's worked on with her BJJ, man. Like if Jillian Robertson doesn't win regardless if Jillian Robertson wins the Lana Pinheiro fight, I would like to see her fight that type of fighter or Jacqueline Amram. So just Angela Hill. I still got to go with Angela Hill, man. I still got to go with Angela Hill. Not 100%, but yeah. I still think Angela Hill got some, man. I still think she's got something to offer. Like, remember, man, look, Ketlin just knocked out Yasmin, man. Like, Angela Hill's chin ain't like that. They don't bring the same technique, man. I'm telling you. I'm just saying, okay? What else do we have going on? Yeah, man, this too. Irina Aldana, and Norma Dumont. Whew. Let's talk about this IQ a little bit here, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Have a good conversation. What was the downfall in this fight? But besides, let me ask you, since we're on topic, Sergio, since you're on topic here, okay. Besides her being Mexican, why else would you have picked Aldana over Norma Dumont? Paul said combo. I think we saw Aldana's skull. Yeah, we did. Let me see here. Right there. I don't know if that. Should I show y'all that picture? Should I show y'all this right now? If y'all got a weak stomach, don't look. I'm telling you, man, Dumont is the one to upset Kayla, in my opinion, man. Like, I think she could hold that thought. Decimated said, I seen it. I ate 2 hours ago. Okay. All right. I'm just showing it to y'all because it was from a headbutt, but still, like, what do y'all think, man? Like, for the ones that picked Aldana, what else? What do you think she brought to the table to win the fight? Okay, I got Tiago laughing with that one. Lolita said nationality is the only reason. No, that's not a good reason. I want some tech. I want some. Look, when you talking to me, when you talk about the fight with me, Lolita, you gotta tell me something. Okay, y'all gotta tell me something. Like, what was it? At least I said she might get a knockout. At least I had some confidence that she could probably knock her out. Like, I thought maybe she was going to jab, left hook to the body, left hook to the head, and knock her out. That's the opportunity I said. I ain't picking on no nationality now. Like, I don't do that. When we talk about the fight game, I need to know something like, what was her chances of for the ones that picked her? What were your chances? What kind of skill set did she have? Ermite, what's there? Ermite. He said, I was hoping for Irina Aldana to use her reach and her kicks. She's pretty solid in technical striking. Okay. Oh, hang on 1 second, y'all. Okay. Hold on, back. Hold on. Big Soldier said Irina Aldana is super flat-footed. I mean, yeah, like, yeah, that's true. I mean, that was the thing I was complaining about when we was calling the fight, right? Y'all saw it. Like, Irina Aldana did not cut the cage off. Number one, she didn't cut the cage off, And number two, like I said, she wasn't using her jab, long jab, but she wasn't using it. No leg kicks. She was looking for that left hook all night, trying to look for the power shots, trying to bring that war. But that was the one thing I said. I don't think Norma's gonna come for a war. My thing is Aldana. She's gonna be, but she's gonna try to bring the war. But Norma is going to try to win the fight. She just wants to win the fight because Norma's got plans. They're in two different mind states right now. Norma is trying to win the belt. Norma wants to fight these other girls at the top. So her game plan was just to come in and win. That's how I saw it. That's why I picked her. I mean, Sergio said I chose Aldana because I knew she was going to be in Norma's face the entire time. Oh, okay. But that's the thing. That's kind of why I picked Norma. See, that's a good reason, but that's a good reason for me to pick Norma, Sergio. I picked Norma because for that very matter, I was like, she's gonna stay in her face, but Norma's gonna use that game plan to stay on the outside, like she did against close fight with us, Felicia Spencer, I believe it was a little while back. Yeah. Closum said Norma versus Holly. They were supposed to do that, weren't they? Like a year or two ago. I think Holly got sick, but they were going to do that fight. I picked Norma in that fight, though. I picked Norma. Colostrum, though. Yeah. As much as I like Holly, yeah, I'd have to pick Norma. It wouldn't be close. It would not be a good time for Holly to fight Norma. Norma kind of been on a war path. Norma comes in like with that street energy, but it doesn't really translate into her fights though, which is kind of good. Like she kind of tricks you, like she's gonna come in all street and pushing and chasing people, but she'll fight a technical fight. But still, it wouldn't be good for Holly to fight her now because Holly's kind of damaged goods. Shojo said I picked Norma because I thought she'd easily get the takedowns. Yeah, I thought takedowns was gonna be. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like the whole striking game plan, that was kind of it was kind of a the whole fight was kind of a surprise. I thought there were going to be takedowns in there. I did. Everybody said you summed it up well. Different mindsets. Irina might be savvy and experienced to avoid losing badly. However, Norma is hungry and has plans to win the belt. But yeah, speaking on that, man, avoid losing badly. I mean, she might avoid getting beat up. Well, I mean, I can't even say she avoids losing badly, but she's getting beat up in there. Her last few fights, man, like Irina Aldana is kind of on the downside, like physically. This stuff takes a lot of years off you, so I don't think she'll ever be a title contender anymore. Not with the way she's fighting, not the mindset, and not with the damage she's been taking. I mean, did y'all see the recent picture? Like she's stitched up now, but look how she looks. Like again, stitched up again. Man, it just looks bad too, like her face. So I don't know, man. Like I'd hate to see her become a stepping stone, but like I mentioned in my video, man, I'm telling you, Jacqueline Cavalcanti right now, she put a clinic on Irina Aldana. Jacqueline Cavalcanti, the only one that would probably be a good war for Irina Aldana right now, as far as like winning and maybe bringing on another exciting fight, but it's still dangerous, is Josiane Nunes. That fight would be dangerous because of the amount of punishment dished out. But I think, man, if they do Jacqueline Cavalcanti, Melissa Dixon, Nora Cornell, any of them trigger happy girls like that, man, they are going to fire off on Irina Aldana. They're going to hurt her. They're going to hurt her, especially Melissa Dixon right now. Melissa Dixon got a chin. I know she lost her last fight by body shot, but she got a chin and she got a ground game too. She'll stay in there long for a while and, put that work in. Gabby said Aldana need to retire for health reasons. Yeah, it's possible, man. It's very possible, man. Like if she's going to stay in here, it's got to be a big change, but I don't think she'll change like that now. And that's what's crazy, man. Like Yasmin might be headed down that road, y'all. Yasmin might be headed down that road. It's gonna be something, man, to see. Like you got to change your style. Sergio said Norma versus Myra Buena Silva. Oh yeah, I'd pick Norma all day. I think that'd be I was gonna say Norma might get her first TKO in that one, but I think Norma would beat the crap out of that's how I just gotta put. I think Norma would beat the crap out of Myra Buena Silva, man. I know Easy, he probably think the same thing. I know Easy got to say about that, but yeah. But years are coming off these fighters' lives, man. Like, the Mexican style, I know it's exciting and you want to be a warrior, but come on, man. Like, at least Irina Aldana got to this level, but Yasmin, you don't want to do that for years. You don't want to fight that type of fight for years. Because y'all see the boxer Heather Hardy, man, she got brain damage. She can't fight anymore. Roxanne Modafferi got brain damage. That's why she was retiring. There was another fighter that fights for PFL. She had to retire early. Y'all hear about that fighter, right? I mean, she had to retire early. And then there was another fighter like way back, Veronica Rothenhauser. I always forget her name. She fought like Charmaine Tweet and some other fighters. I believe Charmaine Tweet had knocked her out. She got a bad concussion. She had to quit. So these girls are actually lucky, man. They're getting little warning signs. They either say, hey, you need to change your style or you need to pack it up. Lolia said that. I said Veronica Hardy. No, Heather Hardy. If I said Veronica, no, I meant Heather Hardy, the boxer. Heather Hardy's the one that's got brain damage now. Paul said the whole night was about the Mexican fighting spirit. Almost all of them got smoked except for Rojas Jr. and Rodriguez. Yep. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, all these other fighters, they came in with technique, man. They came in with some technique. O'Day, he was disappointing though. He could have kept it going though, man. O'Day, man, he was disappointment. Big disappointment. Hey, how you gonna knock this guy down and then fight his fight the whole fight? You gave it to him. I mean, I thought O'Day did enough to win, but again, that's my thoughts. But overall, you gave him opportunity. That's how I saw it. All right. Sojo said was about to bet 100 on Yasmin, then remember she got dropped by Estella and Denise Gomes. Yeah, good. See, I just made a pick. Shoujo, I just made a pick, and that's how I kept it. I just kept it as a pick. There was no way I would put money on that, man. That was good. Julia Avila, maybe Tate. That's not bad. Julia Avila versus, yeah. I like the Tate fight. Retirement fight for both. No. We still need Holly Holm versus Misha Tate. We need that retirement fight. George said there was a WMMA fighter who died a while back. Let me think. There was I'm trying to think who you're talking about. Oh, yeah. You talking about? I did a video on her. I think I posted not too long ago. No, there was a couple of them that died. It was suicide. Now it was a couple that had taken their lives. There was a couple that I believe, yeah, but I'm trying to think who had passed in the cage. It was Ashley. Yeah, Ashley Nichols. I think I talked about that because there's been a lot of fighters dying over the past couple years. Boxers too. I know there was a boxer that died. Oh yeah, the Muay Thai fighter. Yeah, Ashley Nichols. Okay, yeah. Ashley Nichols, yeah. Yeah, she passed away. Let me see. Ashley Nichols had passed away just this year, right? It said February 12th. Yeah. Yeah. Because I did a video on a couple of fights. I covered some of her fights before. Because I did some early posts when I first did my page on Instagram about her fights coming up when she was, yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Time be passing, man. Time be passing. I almost forgot. There was a female boxer that she somewhat recently. Okay, so G Frame said, okay. Yeah. But I don't want to see Aldana go down that path. I really don't. I don't. Okay, so let's take a look here, man. So let's talk a little bit about the third fight. Valentina, Alexa Grasso. I know. I don't. Like I said, I don't even like to see it as a "I told you so" moment with this one. I just figured that at some point Valentina was going to get a victory here, and I've been settled on my pick with this fight. I believe BJ was on live with me one time, and that was either last month or July. And he was like, "You picking Valentina again?" He was like, "You sure you picking Valentina?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pick Valentina again." I was like, I just think Valentina's got the skill set to do it. I think Valentina is not somebody that's overrated. She's not like a one-dimensional fighter. That's what some people were saying now. Like, yeah, I'll go back because there were some people that were saying, look, when Valentina lost the first fight and she came up short in the draw in the second fight, some people were saying Valentina was overrated or she hadn't fought good fighters. A lot of people just saying stupid stuff. But my thing is like, no, like Valentina just got comfortable. Like Valentina's always been well versed or known enough or had enough in her toolbox to handle certain situations. But once you come down to a fighter that's really studied your style and they can be that one to kind of hold your number, it's going to be hard. Like it's going to almost make you look normal, you know. And people forget, like I said before, like I said this when I first did my videos, man. Like Valentina is not perfect, and people took that the wrong way. You know, I used to say this before, like, yeah, 2020, 2019, I did videos on this. I was like, you know, Valentina is not perfect. You know, Valentina is not perfect. And people were like, oh, you won't like her. I'm like, no, like, I'm saying she works for what she works hard for what she does. Like, nobody's invincible. She covers every basis, you know? And that's what was making her more so dominant than any other champion at the time. That's why she was beating a lot of these girls. But now, you know, you had somebody like Grasso who's been studying her in and out. And it came down to her having her timing down, her certain little habits down. You know, Grasso got all of that down. So it was on Valentina to say, okay, you know what? Well, I got to get uncomfortable here, man. I got to take it to something that I didn't use previously in the other fights, you know? And she went back and watched the first and second fight. And what worked for her in the first and second fight? Taking Grasso down, right? That's what worked. Taking Grasso down, because Grasso accept these takedowns like a Christmas gift. You know what I mean? Like she accept these things like a birthday gift. You know, she's cool with that. So I'm not mad at for Valentina for doing what she did at this point in her career. You know, she wanted it back. This is how she was going to get it. And that's kind of how I had put my take together to say Valentina is smart enough to not get reeled into a firefight. Valentina might get mad when she get tagged in there, but she's not going to fight mad and she's not going to fight stupid. You know, she might fight boring. You know, she might fight boring, but at the same time, she's going to do what she's got to do to win. And that's what that's what you have to do. That's what needs to be done. That's why that big key to victory for me was wrestle, trust in that wrestling and do what you got to do and keep Grasso on her back. But at the same time, I was like, hey, maybe Grasso might have stepped up in her BJJ, but that wasn't something they really covered. That was something they did not cover in this one, man. So good on Valentina, you know, good on Valentina. Good to see her become a two-time champ. It's usually hard to get that belt back. It really is, you know. And that's why I said I had fun with this, man. Like, you know, a lot of people get in an uproar, you know, they're going crazy. They're going crazy and thinking that, oh man, like Valentina done, or oh man, you know, Grasso is GOAT, things like that. I'm like, that's why I asked that question too last week. That's why I asked that question too last week, man. I said, what do y'all think? Like, do you think Grasso is the better fighter than Valentina? Or after? Would you be considered after? Or even now, before the fight? And if she would have beat Valentina, you could say, yeah, that she would have beat her twice and she would have found another way to win. But even before the fight, I was like, I can't say she was better on that night, but overall, it's like the body of work. I can't say she's better. I couldn't say Grasso was just the best right then. No, because it comes down to the body of work as well, you know? So that's how I see it. What do y'all think though, man? Let me see. What was your take, Paul? Paul, what did you see Grasso doing to win the fight? Though? What did you see Grasso? Why did you pick Grasso? What did you think she was going to do this time around? And me, I know I picked Valentina, but I'm not rubbing it in because I know that this particular fight, she just had to really go back to the weakness of Grasso. Doesn't change a lot now. It doesn't change a lot because things can happen, you know, moving forward, because this division is different now, which I'm gonna talk about here in a minute. Let me see. I gotta pull something up. Uh, Robot, what's up? Robot said Val smoked Santos in a rematch. Is best she went to PFL. Yeah, I mean, she kind of went on the downside, man. She did. Like, that's what sucks about Santos. Like, and that's and that proves you the difference, man. That proves you the difference between these two fighters. Like, Valentina might have lost, might have looked a little bit exposed whenever fighters started getting close, closer to her and touching her, from Santos to Grasso. But Valentina, 37 years old, went right back to the drawing board and went to work. You know what I mean? Went and said, okay, we're going to do this. Tyler Santos, she had that moment, man, but she didn't get better off that moment. I might have to talk about that in the video, man. But yeah, like, Tyler Santos didn't get better in that moment. You would think she did. She would have, but took that little long period off, lost to Aaron at the time. Like, I had to, I withdraw my pick. I withdrew my pick on that, man. I was gonna pick Tyler Santos, but I said, you know what? Forget that. I ain't even picking. I'm not picking. I ain't confident in this. And something told me right. Aaron was gonna come in there and capitalize. So that's where you see the difference in the fighters. And yeah, Val, I think would definitely win the Santos rematch because she'll find ways to win. That's the most important thing. Like, again, you can knock the performance, say this and that about it, but hey, who walks away with the belt? Who walks away with the better body of work now? Valentina does, and who's already dominated the division. I believe somebody in the chat said that earlier. Like, you can say what you want, but yeah, she's got 7 rubies, 2-time champion now. Again, fought at bantamweight, like the fighters she's fought. So talk about the performance now, but who can do this at 37? Who else can do this at 37? Especially like a lot of y'all trolls behind the keyboard. Like, who gonna do this? Who gonna do what she just did? Who can even wrestle for like 2 rounds? None of y'all, So on that, I give her that respect. Colton said, I'm just relieved we finally get some new matches in the division. Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm glad we got the chapter closed. I'm glad that the chapter's closed, man. That's it. Yeah. Brian said, I thought Grasso would be better defending takedowns, but it seemed like her plan was to be dangerous off her back. Bad game plan. Yeah, like, I don't know what her game plan was, man. Like, accepting the takedown, like, okay, Grasso, you can get shots off your back, but what's that? Okay, you can get up. Why risk having to get up? Why not just go ahead and deny the takedown? Why not just practice stuff in these takedowns? Had they did what they did, like in that 4th round of the first fight, kind of maybe built off of that stuff technique they were doing. I know Valentina was a little bit more telegraphed in the first fight, but had they built off it with a tie clinch maybe and attack first, maybe the knee Valentina in the head, that probably would have put Valentina on notice more and stopped a lot of them. But every round, man, same thing, man. It was just Valentina, takedown. Yeah, I was waiting. Paul said scroll up. Okay, hold on. I'm let me go back to your. Okay. Paul said, I thought she scrambled when she got taken down. She didn't. She tried to play jujitsu and thought she'd win the boxing striking exchanges. Okay, let's talk about that, man. Like, even her boxing kind of looked flat. Like, she didn't look poised and ready to strike. She didn't look confident in her stance switching this time. Like, she subtly changed the southpaw a couple of times, but she was not using that right jab like she should have been. So my thing is, like, even the stance in her boxing didn't look as sharp. Like, when she got touched a couple of times in the pocket with Valentina, when Valentina let off like some flurries this time, it kind of put her back. It kind of put her back, and she'd have to reset. Like, she didn't really look confident pumping that jab out this time and stepping into her shots. So even with that, maybe it was Valentina's timing. Maybe it was when Valentina started to take that little step back and she knew she couldn't catch up with her. Maybe she just felt off. That timing could throw you off, So, yeah, again, like, I just went off of what I thought Valentina was going to do. Like, I was wrong on the part of her having to change a great deal, but at least maybe like be uncomfortable. Like, I was right about that. Like, she needed to be uncomfortable and maybe revert back to like the basics. Keep your eyes on her. Don't do anything fancy. And she didn't. Paul said she either wasn't feeling right that night or was under too much pressure. I don't know, something was off. She looked frustrated. Hey, that's part of the game. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of the game. Like, she just didn't look like she was turned on the feet, man. And that's where it differs, bro. That's where it differs, Paul. It's you start to see it, man. Like where Axel. Oh, Axel, can you translate that? I know you were speaking English earlier, right? My bad if I didn't see your comment earlier, but I remember your name, Axel. I know you said something about Manon, but can you translate that to English for me? I'll answer that question in a minute. Yeah. But Paul, like I was saying, the you see the hunger, man. Like, you see the hunger, and that's the difference between the two. Like, the difference between her and Valentina. Valentina had some off nights in the past. She always won though. When she was on her first few wins, her hunger never changed. That's the one thing you said about Valentina. When she first captured that belt, her hunger never changed. But Grasso, she rose to the occasion to win the belt. She rose to the occasion to win the belt, but that hunger didn't carry over. Like they say, winning the belt is easier than defending it. Carlos would say, bro, we couldn't understand that language. Yeah, I was like, we got to change that, man. Copy and paste it and translate it in Google Close. Paul said anyone can have an off night, man. I'm not taking anything away from Valentina at all, though. Oh yeah. Of course not. Of course not. Yeah, I'm not. If you saying I'm saying you saying I'm taking away. I know you're not. I mean, I know you ain't taking away from her, Paul, because the evidence is there. Like, you got to be 100%, and that's my thing. Like, I don't care about off nights. Like, my thing is, you chose a fight. You chose September 14th, whatever the date. You supposed to be there. You know what I mean? That's my thing. Like, yeah, ain't nobody taking away from it. But that's my point. Is Valentina always hungry, always hungry. Like, even her performances where she doesn't look like the Valentina we say, like whether it be Jennifer Maya. Jennifer Maya gave her a good fight. She said her leg, was bothering her that night, but she still found a way to win. Get with Candy said Valentina was at it. Hunger was at it. What's up, Get with Candy? She said Valentina hungry was at a 10 that night, and she wasn't leaving without the belt. She was ready to die. She looked big and strong. She did. Yeah, for sure. Oh, Josh, what's up? Josh said, do you think Lucero Coast will be in the UFC or no? I don't think so. Not right now. I don't think so. Not right now. I remember she lost to my girl, Chantel Coates, a while back. Yeah, I don't see her in there right now. Maybe has she even fought at Invicta yet? I know she's been fighting for Combate for a while. Excuse me. She's been fighting for Invicta. I mean, for Combate, she never did Invicta yet, right? She's been in Combate for so long now. Like, I haven't seen her step out of the box. Like, I'd like to see her go over to LFA or something first. Ulysses said Grasso froze in a similar way that Aldana froze with Nunes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because because this was how I said the first fight. This is kind of how I pictured the first fight going, maybe like Grasso kind of freezing up, and maybe Valentina just seeing what Grasso offered on the feet, maybe taking a few shots, and then Valentina just saying, okay, I ain't gonna play the boxing game, I'm gonna just take her down. I thought it would have turned into that type of fight. But yeah, moving forward now, now that Valentina captured her belt back, All right. Now that Valentina's got her belt back, we are looking at the future. We got to look at the future here. Joshua said Valentina is one of those chicks who has to win. Yeah, she got that hunger, man. She got that hunger. She's got that hunger. Yeah, so let's talk about the future now. I see Axel bringing up Manon now. That's where I'm at now. We're going to talk about this Manon situation. So we hear. Oh, hold on. Before I talk, River Rat, what made you bet on Irina Aldana? Let me ask you that question. Like, I would not have put money on Irina Aldana. Like, I said Norma. Maybe you should have listened to me on that pick. I know a lot of people were against my Norma pick. Well, not a lot, but some people were against my Norma pick. River Rat, you should not have done that. There was nothing in Irina Aldana in the past few fights. If you heard my prediction, you probably should have went with that. Of course, I'm not twisting your arm. Like I said, I'm not telling you 100% who to bet on, but if you go back and look at the downfall of Irina Aldana, River Rat, I'm just telling you. Josh said, what do you think is next for Grasso? Natalia Silva. Yep, I think Natalia Silva's next for Grasso. I would like that fight. Running Ring said, why didn't they show Manon? I was like, yeah, that was another thing, man. They didn't even show Manon. Like, they kept showing the stars. Like, that just shows you how the UFC respects their fighters. Like, I know it's a big event. They want Hollywood and Vegas celebrities and all of this crap out there, like NFL players. I don't even know who all these NFL players and the NBA players are anymore out there, They ain't even show Tatiana Suarez. I mean, they showed Tisha and Rocky, but why? This the UFC, and they call Terrence Crawford Kendrick Lamar. They are dumb, man. Like, what? The UFC, I mean, like, that's the dumbest part of their event. Like, they did good with the graphics. They did well with the graphics, but they ain't even exposed some of their own fighters that was there. Like, okay, they'll show the champs. Go ahead and show some of the fighters. Like, UFC fans are watching. They know these UFC fighters. So show all the UFC fighters. Show Tatiana there. Show Manon there. Like, she made weight. Put her on the camera, tell them, hey, this is the number one. That's how you promote your own fighters. Like, kind of crap is that? Like, why wouldn't you do that? Like, whether or not they knew who she was, they'll know her once you show her. That's 2 + 2. How long does it take to put the big screen on Manon and say, hey, this is the number one contender. She made weight. She's the backup, and she could be potentially or she is facing Grasso Shevchenko winner next, right? But you show all these other people. You show all this other crap that, all these other people we don't even know, so why not do that? Colson said, why did Joe Rogan ask Val about Manon? Yeah, why didn't he? That's another thing. Like, I said it last night, or Saturday night. Why didn't he say, oh, we got somebody here, Manon, and we got the number one contender here. How you feel about fighting her? That could have been her chance to come into the cage. Like, see, they just be doing stupid stuff like that. Like, that's where I like boxing. Like, boxing, they still bring the people in there. Like, or the boxer, he'll make a little path to get up in there, and they'll let him in. So stuff like that. That's why their promotion with WMMA is not working right. Or fighters going to the radar. People asking, oh, who's Aaron? Who's Manon? Who's Natalia? They miss these opportunities. Like, that's how hard was that? Show more fighters on the big screen, not just the champions or the former champs. Show the fighters. Like, show them. Wow. My bad. I had to rant on that though. Yeah. They call Kendrick. Yeah, they call Terrence Crawford. Yeah, they call Terrence Crawford Kendrick Lamar. Josh. I was like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, who's in charge here with this? What's going on? George Page said, remember the UFC is part of TKO. It's all about celebrities now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you about celebrities, but in the end, that don't work for you, because how are people going to know who to fight? How are the fans really going to know who to support if you don't show the fighters? If you don't show those particular fighters. Oh yeah, I remember that Easy that ran through my mind, man. That was one of the ones. when Shane got up in the ring with Floyd, that's exactly what came to my mind. I was like, who was the other one? I believe Danny Garcia and Errol Spence did it recently. But yeah, that one came into my mind right there. Shane got up in there after Floyd beat was it Marquez? One of them. Apparently, George, they think we all look alike, man. I was like, that Kendrick Lamar and Terrence, come on, man. James said you saw Danny Garcia and the No Mas. I saw it. Well, it wasn't him, it was his father. His father stopped the fight. So I kind of, and Danny fighting once every 3-4 years now. The dude's rich. He don't need to be fighting anymore. I don't feel sorry for him. He knew what he was getting into. Laura, 41 years old, whooped him. Josh said the fighters are the ones signing up for peanuts. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, yeah, they're signing up for peanuts, but as far as promotion, I don't think that should go around. Like, as far as a promotional company, you should be promoting all your fighters. Like, as far as money, yeah, that's on them what they signing. Josh said, I want to see Dakota and Grasso. Yeah, that's still years away. What about Dakota and Valentina? Still a long way. I can't really say Dakota's like this threat now to her yet. If Dakota go in here and dispatch and destroy Tyler Santos, and we see how she does it, maybe I'll start talking then, like, about how she'll look against some of the elite here. But I got to see what she looks like against Tyler first. All right, going back. All right, going back, like I'm saying, okay, Valentina, she won the belt now. One of the interviewers asked her a question. She asked, well, no, this is one of the guys. One of the guys asked, if she was going to go back to bantamweight. And, she said, I just got my belt back, so there's work to be done. She basically just said it like she's staying at 125. That makes sense, right? She said, hey, I got to go back and get my ruby. So she was like, I'm back to work. So I don't think Valentina is going back to 135 at any point now. There's no need to. There's enough going on right now. I think Kayla Harrison, she's trying to kind of bring them back, and there's no point now. Valentina versus Amanda Nunes, that's not in the cards anymore. So Valentina said there's work to be done here. Let's go. I respect that. But the question is, now that she's here, is she trying to get back on it? Can she defend the belt in the fashion that she did the first go round? Is she able to do that? Is this version of Valentina enough to go back and continue that reign like she used to? Claude, what's up? He said Val needs to get the 8th ruby that she alluded to. So let me ask you, Claude, since she just got the belt back, will she be able to pick up an 8th ruby, or does she have to start over? That's my question. Like, how does that work? Because I don't think any UFC champions ever really done that, have they? Where they lost it, and then they just let them pick back up, right? Like when Amanda lost to Pena and won it back, and she beat Irina Aldana, did that count as another ruby on her old belt, or do you got to start over? Because, to me, I'm looking at it as like a title defense streak, right? 7 in a row, you get 7 rubies. You lose it. It seemed like to me you have to get another belt, start over. Because it's not really counted as like 8 title defenses in a row, but it's like a new title. Well, it's 8 title defenses technically in your career, but it's like you starting over again. All right, James said, no, you don't start over. It's not a streak. I think it should be a streak. Okay. That's just me personally. Claude said, I believe a ruby is only awarded for a successful title defense. Okay. So every time you win, you just get it. Okay. Yeah. All right. I just got used to seeing like with Izzy, Kamara, we never really revisit that, I didn't, because even when Amanda did, like I said, I didn't know. So, okay, it don't have to be consecutive. All right. So you go back to her old belt, see if she can get her 8th ruby. All right, that's a question. Can she get her 8th ruby against Manon? All right. Well, I see it like this, man. Like, again, I'm looking at it down the middle. Of course, y'all know I am a fan. I have my fighters that I'm fans of. I am a fan of Manon. I like her style, her work ethic. Same with Valentina. I know her being a legend in the game, but seeing how Valentina struggled with one of the new era fighters here with Grasso, and seeing what all these other fighters are capable of, and just looking at Manon's size and what she's watching now, what she sees, and with her strength, what she possesses, I think it's going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard for her to go in there and get a victory. Like, I can't really go with everybody. Like, some might be honest with me. Like, some of y'all be honest. I know sometimes y'all just be one-sided because you don't like somebody. Somebody's going to say, I say Manon's going to starch Valentina because they don't like Valentina. Or some people say Valentina's going to knock out Manon because I don't like Manon. But somebody give me an honest answer. Like, I'm going to be honest. I'll be honest. Like, I think it's going to be tough. Because everybody said Manon's going to lose to Rose, Aaron. Y'all are wrong. So and y'all are basing it off of feelings. Me, I said I think she can do it in this fight and that fight. But give me an honest answer. Like, give me an honest answer. Like, I think Valentina's going to have a hard time winning. Can Valentina win? Of course. Valentina's been here before. You know, she has the ability to win, but basing off of her last 3 fights, there's a lot of holes there now that people are seeing. And these new fighters are more well-rounded than the Chikagans, the Andrades, and the Lauren Murphys. You know, these fighters now are trying to cover every basis. Yeah, of course. They have. James said, "Where is Manon better?" It's not even a question of where she's better. It's not even a question of where she's better. It's a question of what she's able to capitalize on that night. It's about where Valentina's weaker. All right. Like, we've already seen fighters be better somewhere, but they still lose. It's not even a question about finding, oh, she better here, she better there. All it takes, boom, one exposure. That's why I say Valentina, I'm looking at the weakness. I'm looking at the weakness here. Some of these weaknesses exposing Valentina in these last 3 fights, Manon, they can capitalize off of that. But if I look at it down the line, like I said, I think Manon has a good chance to win this fight. And I base that off of the things that I'm seeing in these last 3 fights and how they improve along the way. You know? See, James, I ain't even gonna answer you on this because who said Manon doesn't make mistakes? Who said she doesn't make mistakes? So just take a back seat and listen to somebody with no feelings. Listen to somebody with no scent feelings in here. All right. Listen to some real corner talk for a while, James. Sit back and listen. You're gonna learn something. You know, we're gonna teach you something outside of Valentina right now, okay? Sit back and learn something. You know, this ain't called Valentina. This is called MMA. All right. I'm gonna have to let me teach y'all some. All right, this ain't called Valentina. We're gonna talk MMA right now. All right. Okay. So first off, when you look at how Valentina's reacted in her last few fights, when she's fighting a striker, number one, when she's fighting a southpaw, if you're able to touch her, she's gonna get frustrated. And that's one of the things I've been saying since the jump, you know, whether it be, you know, Jennifer Maya, Chikagan, when some of these fighters, you know, that can actually let their hands go. If you even put your hand on her, Amanda Nunes, Holly Holm, watch these fights. Juliana Pena, whether it be knees to the body. When you start, hold on, there's a flood warning in my area. Yeah, I'd shut this. Okay. So once you start touching her, which, you know, I think Manon will be able to touch her, that can kind of get Valentina out of her game, you know, and right there, that brings opportunities for fighters like Grasso, and I think a fighter like Fiorot to capitalize on, you know. I think that's where they can either counter her or just keep it on the feet and maybe even outstrike her. Grasso has some success outstriking, but sometimes she would wait. You know, that's why Valentina was able to make that adjustment and start jabbing. had Grasso stayed in the boxing a little bit more, Grasso would have been probably outboxing her cleanly and probably could have finished her had she stuck with it. But she didn't. She gave Valentina a chance to take her down. Where in this fight, Manon being bigger and Manon working on her takedowns, and she's always worked on her takedown defense. Anybody that tried to take her down, she's always been in position to not be taken down. She's going to be stopping takedowns. Can Valentina take her down? Sure. Sure she can. She took Holly down. She took Pena down. She took everybody down that she's fought, Sure she could take her down. But the thing with Manon is I think her get-up's going to be quick as Grasso, quick as Wmma. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm thinking her as like a bigger version of Wmma. Like Valentina got Wmma down, but she struggled with it. She struggled with Wmma a lot. Like Wmma was getting out wrestled and controlled, but Wmma was a handful. You put Manon on her back like that, she's going to be huge. She's going to be bucking. So Valentina's going to struggle trying to keep her down, and that's going to wear her down. Like the takedown won't come round after round. By round 3, say if she takes Manon down maybe twice, she'll be winded. She'll be winded trying to hang on to this big flyweight. So that's just if she takes her down. But trying to take her down is going to be a task. Trying to take her down is going to be a task. So if you, again, Manon, watch how she dives in and how she sets up these takedowns against Grasso, Manon's going to be watching saying, okay, this is all I got to do. Control her head, aim for a knee, timer, uppercut, whatever, So it's not going to be the same path. It's not going to be the same path to victory. So just because she out-wrestled Grasso, she's going to take the same approach against this striker? No. So to me, if either of those two paths get stopped, the wrestling gets stopped, or even the striking gets stopped, I could see Manon winning the fight. I could see her winning the decision. But again, I can see Valentina, of course, pulling out old school Valentina, man, and going in there and catching the timing down. She's going back to her old ways with her, little lean with the right hooks like she did with Holly Holm. And if she's putting those little nice check kicks, to the lead leg together again, and she's got her timing down. Nobody's got timing like Valentina. Her timing's on point. Her timing was immaculate. For a period of 135, 120, her timing was on point. So her timing could still be a problem. Her own check right hook could be a problem for Manon. And if Manon doesn't protect her body here, body kicks, if Manon's not being the wrestler here and she's not taking Valentina down, then Valentina can go to work on the body. If she's not in worry, oh, Manon's not taking me down, I can keep kicking her to the body. And then what? Head kicks. See, I ain't like y'all. I ain't no simp. Like, I'm going to tell you when my fighter is doing something wrong. Like, if Manon leaves her head wide open, head kick is there. She got to learn from those mistakes. Aaron got it. Chikagan got it. Jennifer Maya got it. She got to be careful of the head kick from Valentina. You know what I mean? So those are, see, I ain't somebody like y'all that be saying everybody invincible. No, like if Manon don't protect her chin, Valentina can land that head kick on her. So yeah, there's that opportunity there. Timing is there, I'll tell you what it is. And that's how I see it. But at the same time, a lot of this stuff, these new fighters are seeing, they're getting better. They're covering every ground. They're not coming in as just a pure striker. Manon, she's got a brown belt BJJ. She's working on the ground game. She's got a good team. She's working on her pure boxing. I mean, that's just what it is. And keep talking about her last few fights. Oh, she didn't knock out Rose. Oh, she didn't knock out Aaron. Okay. So she won. She found ways to win. Same like this fight. Valentina didn't knock out Grasso, but she found a way to win. Again, if y'all so-called hardcore fans, y'all should know people are looking for a way to win and not just to go in here and try to dazzle. It's about fighting and winning and getting your behind to the belt. So that's how I see it. I see it being a good fight. I do lean towards Manon to win it as of right now. Like, she has the possibility. Valentina has to be careful. It's been a while since she fought somebody this big and this strong. And that was at 135 the last couple of times against fighters like Nunes, Pena, and Holly. None of these girls like Lauren Murphy, Andrade, Caitlin, they weren't strong. See, people always, I know, like casual fans and people who just look at the game, they never look at like strength. Everybody's so caught up on power. Like power is one thing, but physical strength is another. Like one thing that made Joanna such a good fighter was her physical strength. You know what I mean? Like Joanna was strong for 5 rounds. Joanna had good get up. She had good strength on the inside, good technique with her takedown defense because she was strong. And as rounds progressed, she was always strong, strong legs, strong core, all of that. And I think that's what Manon Fiorot has too. Like she has that physical strength, so people so hung up on saying, oh, she can't knock people out. I'm sure if she sits down on punches, she probably would, but it's more about landing the significant strikes and getting out. Because even when she does put her hands down on some shots, she will mark you up. Like Aaron was red, Rose was red. They all like caught a little bit of damage, but physical strength is something I don't think people give her enough credit for, even down the stretch in the fight. Being able to still throw with the same intensity, still being able to stuff takedowns, still being able to move on the bike if you have to, being able to withstand kicks, all of that, man, all of that. That's all a part of, that makes those fighters a danger to her. Had Joanna not been that strong, she would have been finished. She would have got finished in the fight. You see, Caitlin Chikag is not that physically strong. Got handled. Lauren Murphy's strong, but she didn't really know how to use it in the fight. Got handled. But I think when you fight Manon, that's gonna be a different story, man. That's gonna be a different story. Should be a good fight though. Not my full-on pick yet. Like I said, I like to sit back and watch the fights first and see where everybody's head is at. But as of right now, I think Valentina did what she had to do against this particular fighter that she finally mastered it against. And you see, it took 3 fights. You got to remember they still won 1-1. They still won 1-1. It's not like Valentina won a 4th fight yet, too. So Valentina doesn't really own Grasso like that. You know what I mean? Like Grasso is still a thorn in her butt. She's still a thorn in her butt. She is still a thorn in her butt to the point you could say Grasso could still win if Valentina and Grasso fought 10 times. It could break even 5 apiece. All right. I'm just saying, like, that's just how I see it. Like, there's going to be a period where it changes. Fighters are going to get better. People have changed around. People, work ethics have changed. People are saying, okay, this is what we got to do. We can't be just a boxer. We can't be just a kickboxer. Every ground has to be covered. I mean, look, Natalia Silva's on the come up. Natalia Silva's bringing something new to the game. Natalia Silva's strong. People think that she's just a striker. Shoot, look how she handled Andrade on the inside. Natalia Silva has a great chin. Girl got cardio for days too. I wouldn't recommend her moving like that 5 rounds, but still, just a lot of things, man. A lot of things to look at here. You got Karine Silva on the come up. Just a lot of things to look at. So yeah, that's how I see it, man. Deep Thought said people keep talking about Valentina didn't do anything on the ground. There was a lot of action on the ground between the two. It was very competitive. Grasso did well off her back in many cases. Yeah, I like the fight. Like I said, I thought it was entertaining for me. Grasso did land some shots. She did have her submission scare attempt against Valentina, but yeah, I'll go back and watch it. I'll go back and watch the fight. I'm just going up here for a minute. Closum said the flyweight division has been clogged up. Go ahead and book the fight for the end of the year. Yeah, Closum said keep it moving, man. He's like, this thing is backed up. This division is constipated right now. They need to put, Val Manon for December. Yeah, because I know she's ready to go. She's ready to go. She's ready to go. It's been 6 months since her last fight, and it'll be 9 by the time that fight happens. So, yeah. Division is constipated right now, man. Yeah, I want to go back up here. Okay, yeah, Running Ring said I love Whaley and Valentina, but they have been fighting since they were kids, and that chin can't hold up forever. Yeah, that's another thing I just wanted to talk about too, man. Is like, punch resistance, strike resistance. Valentina, hasn't really been in wars, but taking shots at this age kind of shocks her body maybe a little bit differently. When she fought Grasso, because Grasso ain't knocked out a lot of people. Grasso ain't really knock out girls like that. But why, when she started sitting on her punch against Valentina, was Valentina having that type of reaction? And second fight, she got dropped. First fight, she had ate some hard shots. Third fight, she didn't want to even stay in there that long. She wanted to wrestle. So that's something for Manon's team to look at too. Look for opportunities to not just throw flurries and blitz, but look for those openings to land on Valentina's chin. See how she reacts to punches like that. Because, as you do get older, 36, 37, 38, and then you think about training, the years of training and sparring, all of that damage adds up. All of that kind of damage adds up, though. Deep Thought said because of the way she's been treated by the UFC with all the haters, she definitely still has something to prove. What we saw Saturday, an example of what I'm saying. Yeah, the hunger is still there with her. Airmite said, don't want to sound like I'm glazing, but I don't care. I genuinely think your channel deserves more visibility among WMMA fans. Always some interesting conversations and debates. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Always, I do. Always try to bring up something that makes sense. Lolita said these young fighters, unranked and ranked, are young and hungry. Yeah, they are. After watching Grasso at fight, I see. What about y'all? Closum said after watching that fight, I can see Kareem beating Grasso. Do y'all see that? Ulysses said if Manon would have finished Shevchenko on her last fights, I would say Valentina will have a hard time. It won't be easy. The only thing that Manon has is size and takedown defense for Val. I think she's got more than that. Do y'all think Kareem Silva beats Grasso at this point? Easy said Val will have the speed advantage like Rose did, but Rose's speed couldn't beat Manon's technique. That's what makes it interesting. Yeah, Valentina's going to have the timing advantage and that quick laser jab of hers, easy, but there's just the way she throws them shots on the inside too, the way she throws them, that I think is going to be a problem. Yeah, Kareem versus Grasso. Dang, man. Closum said Grasso would get beat. Runnerini said yes. Who's this says, what's his name? Ascona. He said Alexa's jiu-jitsu is great. Valentina held on for dear life the entire match. Alexa's still the better fighter. Alexa looked exhausted from the 2 previous wars. I got Alexa 2-1. No, I wouldn't say Alexa's the better fighter. I think if she was the better fighter, man, like she would have made the right adjustment in the fight, man. Like I can't say she's the better fighter. She didn't even win the second fight. Clearly, she kept taking a break in there and getting out jabbed. Her jiu-jitsu should have been better. Her jiu-jitsu should have been better in there. Like that was one of the keys to victory. I said, like, she needs to use that. She needs to look for openings, but she spent too many rounds like trying to land strikes off her back and not really controlling the position from the bottom. I mean, she did all right, like escaping. Like her submission defense was okay, but as far as her like offensive ground game, it wasn't there. She couldn't even get the forearm to the throat off. Like Valentina uses that a lot. Like Grasso didn't have no answer for that. James said, so Grasso versus Aaron, who I got. On the ground, I would have Aaron. If Grasso has enough boxing ability and sticks to her game plan and doesn't play, she could win on the feet. She could win it on the feet. Because Grasso is strong on the inside. Like, as far as like clinching, like, I don't think Aaron will pin up Grasso for a long time like she did Tyler Santos. All right. Like, I don't see that happening. Like, Aaron pinned Tyler up like that because Tyler's IQ, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know where it is sometimes. But I think Grasso is too squirmy. If it goes to the ground, though, man, that's where I think Aaron will really start to thrive, man. Closer said Kareem could steal rounds by being heavy on top, and Grasso will fear the takedown and probably not strike that much. Kareem's striking game is improved too, though. You know, Kareem's striking game is improved, so you know that's something to look out for. You know, I'd say Kareem got a few more fights. Kareem's got a few more fights too, so she can get better with her hands. Like, a lot of people thought Kareem was going to gas out in the Lipsky fight and think that she was just going to be one dimensional, but she still found a way to win the fight. Aaron would only need a fraction of that control time that Val had. Yeah. Aaron, if she knows your lack and your weakness, submission is what she's gonna be looking for. Submission over position. Because in that first round with Manon, she tried to go for that guillotine. You know, she did try to go for that guillotine. Aaron did. That was the first thing she went for. Y'all remember that first round? Aaron did try to go for Manon in that first round, but from then on, like, if she couldn't get her down or get in close, she was just trying to strike with her. So have Grasso on her back. Grasso spending out, minute after minute on her back. Yeah, Aaron could find that opening quicker than Valentina did. Because, Valentina looking more for wrestling, looking to wrestle more. Easy said Grasso is going to drop rank a lot. I feel a 3-fight losing streak is in her future. Ooh, you really think so? That's a big prediction right there. What about y'all? Do y'all think Grasso's going to lose her momentum like that? Who all is Grasso going to lose to? I think I do want to. I want to see Grasso Silva next, though. That's my next matchmaking Monday fight. Grasso. I'm gonna post that up. I want to see Grasso versus Silva next. Closer said it looked like Val was pinching Grasso when she was in that guillotine. Was she? Somebody else said that the other day. I believe somebody said that Val was. Did somebody else say that? Somebody else said that Grasso was pinching her. I mean, Val was pitching her. Satsu said, "Nah, I don't think Grasso. I would drop that much. She'll be in the top 3 or top 5 for a while." Okay. Sergio said Macy is going to be calling for Alexa. Paul said, if you do Grasso Silva, then who is Macy fighting? Macy need to take a back seat, bro. I'm sorry. Macy, I don't know what she's doing right now. I mean, I know she's recovering or whatever, I think, from the illness and whatever, but The game is moving, bro. The game is moving. The game is moving. Yeah, easy. I don't know if Grasso beats Rose right now either. That's kind of a scary fight. Like I see a focused Grasso is dangerous, but a focused Rose is really dangerous too. And these last 3-4 fights Rose had at 125. How many has it been? Three, right? Yeah, 3 fights. She's been focused. But I don't. Who do you think succeeds more, easy? Because some of y'all been saying Aaron won't, but now y'all think because Grasso lost this one that she gonna fall off like that. Like out of these 5, I think somebody's still gonna mix it up, man. Like I don't see either of these fighters just being terrible like that. Pause. Hey, where is Macy, man? Like Macy want you really want to see Macy versus Natalia Silva? I don't know if that's a good style matchup for her, man. Ulysses said Aaron easily takes Grasso down and neutralizes her. Macy Barber is be checking her under her bed at night because Aaron is in there. Yeah, man. Aaron, Aaron wanted that fight, though. Aaron did want that fight a little while back. Everybody said, yeah. The question is Macy Barber coming back by the end of the year? Because if she don't come back by the end of the year, they need to line up somebody that's ready to go. Yeah, I know she's in the gym, Paul. I seen her in the gym, but I don't know if she's ready for real sparring and rolling yet. So she's been in the gym for a while because she's been doing a lot of sponsor type stuff. So yeah. She's been doing a lot of sponsor type of work, and I think Manon made it look easy. I never gave Grasso a chance against Manon. Yeah, and that was something I wanted to say too. Easy in the last. I wanted to say my last part while I was talking about Valentina Grasso is that I believe Manon would have beat both of them that night. I think I already said that somewhere, but yeah, I thought Manon would have beat Grasso too. I think she would beat her on the feet the way she looked last night. After seeing that, I said, oh yeah, she would have got beat on the feet. And strength wise too, beat on the inside on the ground. Because actually, Rose looked more dangerous in that Manon fight with one hand than Grasso did last night or 2 nights ago. And that ain't being me. I'm just saying that's my prediction. Like, am I lying? Like, well, of course I'm not lying because that's my opinion. But do any of y'all agree with that? Like, I thought Rose with one hand still did look dangerous against Manon. A little bit dangerous than Grasso did against Valentina in this third fight. So I'm just saying. Yeah, I think Grasso, yeah, she would have got beat. Valentina fight. Say if Valentina had pulled out and Rose, Manon had to fight. Yeah, I think Manon would have taken that belt. G Frank said, yeah, not lying. That version of Rose probably would have beat Grasso on Saturday. Yeah. That's my point. Like that version of Rose, that opponent she was facing was a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more laser focused. So I'm looking at it like, yeah. Easy said Grasso might have to run back down on 115. She did say she wanted to fight Weili. No way. No way. Back down to 115. Shoot. She might run into Suarez, boy. Then it'd be what 2018 all over again, 2017. If that happened, you ain't gonna see Grasso anymore. Yeah, Gloma said, I've been telling people Valentina is the better fighter and will get her belt back for a year and a half, and I got flamed for it. Who been flaming you for it, man? Who been flaming you for it? James said Manon not beating. James said Manon's not beating that last version of Bullet. I think so. Yeah, Gloma said I need some type of reparations. No reparations, man. You just got to rub it in, man. You just got to rub it in. That's it. That's all you can do is just say, "Hey, she won." The fight speaks for itself. The fight speaks for itself, Yagloma, and it also speaks on its own. I mean, fight speaks for itself. What people said, they got to live with now, right? It's all been documented. If you said it over here, people thought I was crazy for picking her for a third time. Like, I kept picking her. I said, she ain't, people say, oh, Valentina's done. She's one-sided, one-dimensional. Nah, yeah, she'll be back. Marcus said Irina is subbing off on Grasso, is rubbing off on Grasso. That's the bad part, man. That is the bad part. I was hoping the opposite would happen when she was supposed to fight Nunes. Yeah, when she was focused on that Champ versus Wei Lee, that kind of took her off course because I don't know nobody wants to see Wei Lee at 125 right now. Not till like at least everybody at top 5 get their thing done, man. Stamina, what's up? He said he listening as he's in the kitchen prepping dinner. Speaking of that, I need to go cook a little something now. Brussels sprouts. Lolita said Whaley wants 125. Yeah, she need to stay away from that. Stay away from 125. Because look, I don't want to see Whaley until I see Silva, Aaron, and of course Manon, Karine Silva, even Rose, Macy Barber. I don't want to see Whaley in that mix. I don't want to see Whaley in that mix till at least 5 of them people get somewhere near the belt or get as close as they can to the belt. I want to see. I'd rather see Macy Barber right now, Paul. Look, I'd rather see Macy Barber get her shot and shine because this is her division now, than just see Whaley come in and take it, or try to, or come in and swoop in and get a chance. I think this division doesn't really need it, man. Easy said Natalia is the better Silva. Am I wrong? Um, the better Silva. I think she's the more proven Silva right now. I'll say she's the more proven Silva right now. Yeah, because her resume and what she's shown against her latest opponent, former champion. But that's no knock to Karine now. Karine's coming because I think Karine has a good, well-rounded game that might last a little bit longer. I think Karine has a couple of tools that brings her game a little further. Yeah, almost I could call Manon to beat Rose and make light work of Aaron too. And low key, I think Val might hurt Manon or get out wrestled for 5 rounds, but against the cage. Yeah, because Valentina's got the timing, man. She's got the timing. What Aaron might say, Tatiana Suarez, Karine, Natalia, or the Phantom Troop member of the 125 right now. Not Tatiana Suarez. Shoot. Tatiana got things to do here. She got things to do where she's at right now. We're going to get that title shot, right? All right, still got about 40 y'all here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Still just chatting it up for a little bit longer here. Let me see what else is going on. Man, Leah McCourt and Sarah Collins this past weekend too. Man, that was a crazy. I'll probably talk about that later tomorrow or something. But yeah, Coach said Tatiana could fight Cyborg, and people would still complain. Yeah, I think Tatiana's hunger is always there. I trust her hunger, man, but it's the body, man. It's the body. Sometimes a person's body says another thing. The mind wants to do one thing, but the body, that's what you can't always trust. Tiago said it's 2 a.m. here. Oh, appreciate that. Well, shout out to Tiago, still sticking it out after midnight. It's only 9 p.m. here, so yeah, appreciate you sticking around here, man. Let me see here. One second. One second. I will. Okay. Okay, got another United Kingdom resident close by. Stamina. You got Manchester, UK in the building. Stamina. Um, okay, cool. All the way out in the UK. That's cool. Airmite, 3 a.m. in France. Got a dip soon. Oh dang, man, you up really late, man. Hope y'all ain't got to go to work anymore. Hope y'all just some night people with your days off. See, I'm off. I'm off work, so I can. I'm off in today and tomorrow, so I can chill right now. Hey, don't blame me. Look, if y'all get past your curfew. Yeah, this. All right. Look, I'm sorry, Paul. I had to do it. Look, Grasso versus Natalia Silva. This would be the fight right here. I'm sorry. Until Macy Barber has some headgear on, and she up in there, getting in some real work, then I'll say, all right, Macy Barber might want to get that Natalia Silva fight. But until then, I think this one right here might be interesting. James said a couple of hours for me, but a fine city. You know, it's okay. Maybe one day I have to visit Manchester. Air Mike, he's a freelance. Okay, yeah. So you got that free time to do whatever. Yeah. Oh man, G Frame, he's the one that be G Frame be ticking me off, man. He's got that West Coast time. See, look, 6 p.m. I can't stand y'all California people, man. Look, every time it's like 11 here, and I'm watching the main event, and y'all be like it's 8 p.m. Look at that, 6 p.m. man. Shoot, Tiago said he off this week too. He chilling. Okay. Hey, stick it out, man. We be here for like another 15 minutes. Paul said, bro, I don't even want to hear Grasso's name for 6 months. Don't definitely want to see her face on the poster. Ain't nobody excited to see her again after that performance. Dang, man. Y'all do her like that? Y'all disgusted in it. Y'all don't want to see her come back soon. Next year? When do y'all want to see Grasso come back? Spring of 2025? Maybe it's for the better, though. Maybe it's for the better. Because maybe that was a mentally draining fight. Like, it wasn't like a physical beating she suffered. She didn't suffer like a bad physical beating, but demoralizing in some ways. Yeah. 6, what's up? He said, let Silva fight the winner of Rose and Blanchfield. Sergio says Silva is something special. Yeah, she's got good movement. She does have good movement. She's got, good movement and that unorthodox style. Lolita said, yeah, spring of 2025. Yeah, that's not bad. That wouldn't be bad. March or April of next year. I mean, we already coming up on the end of the year, so she can wait. Um, get it together. By then, maybe it's either one of these fighters that's already fought. Yeah, train and recover. Yeah, train and recover mentally. Right. You would think, Paul, like she'd been out for the whole year and they would have worked on their takedown defense. Like, we make it seem like she's been busy for like a whole year, like working. And, I know she was on the show, but maybe it just shows you that the show might have been a distraction because from last September to this September, you had a whole year to work on takedown defense. But it's like it must have just been other distractions. I guess, like I said, I guess that show. I know it's a show about fighting, but it's like she really couldn't focus on takedown defense there. Maybe she should have used that as some training time. I don't know. Easy said, "Do Mexicans even train takedown defense? They never seem to have any." I'm trying to think, like, who's somebody with really good takedown defense, Mexican fighter, like. Sergio said Natalia versus Macy doesn't sound so bad to me now. I mean, it's not. It's definitely not. I think that style would kind of frustrate Macy, man. All right, Brian said Irene Aldana has good takedown defense. How was it in that Holly fight? I'm trying to think. Tiago said if Rose beats Aaron, who's next for her? Oh, if Rose beats Aaron, I think she's the next line for a title shot, Tiago, because that'll put 3 in a row for her. And I think she's already got a lot of experience and, 3 good wins, Ebos, Tracy Cortez, and then Aaron Blanchfield. Rose might be ready for it by then. Go ahead and give her a shot. Because I think age-wise, Rose is young, of course, but fight-wise, in the mind, I think, she's kind of ready for she's ready for that championship. She'll know what to do. Line up behind once Manon gets her shot. Once Manon gets her shot, I would say, yeah, Aaron, Rose would be good to go for it after scoring 3 in a row. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Lolita. Yeah. Joanna's takedown defense is great. Yeah, it's great. But he was talking about like Mexican fighters. Yeah, Sergio, like he said, he was talking about Mexican fighters. FC said, salute combo. I'm 50 minutes behind on your live, but later I'll catch up and write some questions on the comments when it's over. Interesting topic. Flyweight, such an interesting division. Okay, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, these some, good questions, and I'll come back and answer them. Tracy Cortez takedown defense, not bad. Yeah, not bad. Oh, I was here that we will retire unless she gets beaten really badly. Yeah, she don't sound like anybody that's ready to retire right now. She said, it's back to work. Yeah, yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious as to see Tuesday where they place Alexa Grasso in the rankings. She'll probably just fall one spot, right? Or will she fall behind Fior? Will it be Grasso then Fior, or will they put her behind her since she's next up in line, right? They'll probably put her as number 1, and Grasso will probably fall to number 2, I guess. But yeah, overall, man, yeah, it wasn't a bad night of fights. You know, it was 10 fights. Yeah, it was what 10 fights total. Um, of course, it wasn't a good night for the Mexican fan base or the Mexican fighters as a whole. But for the fans, I think it paid off. I mean, I enjoyed the fights. Like I said, for me, I'm not rooting for just one place or one country. I have my fighters, of course, that I look at, but they go all over the place. So I was just looking for good performances when it came down to it. Um, yeah, the Esteban fight and Zell Uber fight, that was classic stuff right there. I think I'm gonna go back and watch that tonight. Ortega and Lopez, it was okay. It didn't really turn into like a banger. It just kind of turned into more of a one-sided type of fight. The fresher guy beating Ortega to the punch. Lopez just was on his game. O'Malley, I picked O'Malley, but I was hoping Marab. I was rooting for Marab. So I was glad to see Marab win it. O'Malley, just dealing with somebody a lot of cardio and good takedowns and control. It was just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Yasmin and Ketlin, that was good. Aldana Norma was a decent fight. It wasn't like Aldana versus Rosa, but not bad. I think I missed a couple fights, right? I think I missed some of the prelims. I missed like three. I missed the Rojas fight. Yeah, I have to go back and look at some of them, but yeah, the main card wasn't bad. Main card wasn't bad at all. Chayers and Van was good. Paul, okay, I missed that one. I missed that fight. I have to go back and check that one. Yeah, because I had missed Yasmin and Souza too, so I had to go back and watch those. So, but yeah, I want to see Zober and Esteban again. That was good. Yeah, that round was crazy, James. That was crazy. Ulysses said, never thought I may see Rose versus Shevchenko. That may be in the future. Rose at the top of her game will give Shevchenko her biggest test. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Colostrum said Chiwiwi was disappointing. Was he? Again, yeah, I didn't. I started in late. I started in on Aldana and Dumont. Yeah, O'Day Rodriguez was a good fight. It turned out to be a good fight. O'Day just ticked me off with the way he was like not using his striking to the best of his ability. Yeah, if Aaron wins, if Rose wins against Aaron, then yeah, I think Rose will be lined up next after the Manon Valentina winner. Easy said Rose's biggest test. Rose is Val's biggest test. I don't know about that. No, not her biggest test, right? James said Ortega showed heart. Diego was whooping him. Yeah. Man, he got rocked bad in that first round. I thought it was over, man. But that dude, he's got good recovery too, man. Like that dude been taking punishment for a while. I did too, 6. I thought O'Day won the fight. I did, but he left too many, again, left just too many questions to the judges. So they said, okay, like what was he doing here? What was he doing here? All right, well, I'm gonna give the round to him, you know. Okay, got Ulysses. He's up in Jersey. Okay, so he's on the same time zone. It's about 9:30 now. So just that left hook woke him up. Yep. Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think that. I don't think Rose is gonna be the biggest test for Valentina. I think it'll be interesting, like as far as how far Rose has come. Now that she's a 135, excuse me, 125. But I wouldn't say her biggest test. Her first main test was that Tyler fight, boy. She got to be consistent though. She just got to be consistent. Chandler Oliveira too. Should be good. I'm gonna go Oliveira again. How long has it been since Chandler fought, man? Like, Chandler just so explosive, but as time goes on, I just think he kind of slows down. He's gonna be slowing down in this fight too, man. What's the date on that? Is it November? Yeah, he's 38 now too. Yeah, he's 38 years old. When was the last time he fought? It's been over a year and a half, right? Iron Michael Chandler. Let me see. Yeah, they fought 3 years ago. Yeah, he got knocked out, finished. You gonna fight? Yeah, November 16th. Yeah, Dustin Poirier. Yeah, man, he ain't fought in 2 years. I'm gonna go Oliveira. I think Oliveira's still a little too much for him. I think Oliveira could hurt him even on the feet, time him, and I think Oliveira, hurts him. He just finishes him again, submits. Chandler got that athleticism be bouncing, but 38 years old. I don't know if he gonna keep that up in there, man. Sergio said, "I'm thinking Rocky's gonna choke Pena, kind of like she did the Chase on." The opening is there. The opening is there though. The opening is always there because Pena is very reckless and she knows it. She acknowledges it. Okay, she acknowledges it. She acknowledges it. Like she's reckless. So have Rocky find one of them openings. Have Rocky get started with her jab early and control Pena. If Pena tries to come in there, Rocky would be wise to look for a submission. Six said only real test right now is for Valentina's Manon and Kong. I would just say Manon right now. I can't say Wayne Kong is a test for her, man. We just skipped the whole division. You just skipped Karine, Natalia, and all these other girls, man. Come on, Wayne Kong ain't no test for Valentina yet. Colostrum just keeping it simple. He said, "Imagine getting a title shot after getting your forehead rearranged." That's the I guess that's all you need now, right? Your prerequisites, right? Get your head opened up and you get a title shot. Aldana should be next then. Aldana's next in line. Carolina Wajcik has a PFL fight. Yeah, I know. The PFL European tournament, right? You got Chanel Dyer. I'm looking at Chanel Dyer and that other girl from Poland, man. That one girl with that one hitter quitter powers in there too. What is her name? So yeah, I'm gonna be watching that. Oh yeah, we got Invicta this week too. No UFC this weekend, but we got Invicta Friday. Running Rennie said Kayla Harris will be champion, but no one will be champion. Pena got spit like a fruit when she fought Amanda. I'm gonna have to watch that fight. I'm gonna have to watch that again. Sometimes I just like to watch that Nunes Pena fight, that second one. I remember I think I posted a short of that a little while back of what Pena was saying. Did y'all ever see that short I posted? A lot of people were watching that one, man. I posted that clip of something, I believe it was something Pena was saying. And Nunes just a little breakdown of what was happening in the fight. A little YouTube short I posted. A lot of views on that. I was like, dang. Because it was something Pena was saying that was just kind of like, wait a minute, what did she say? But this is what happened. So I'm just playing what happened in the fight and what she said, and just didn't match up. Amanda thought Pena's head was a coconut. Yeah, there's a little bit of beef between them two. It's going to be interesting, man. Um, let's see. The next card. Next card, we have how many women's fights? September 28th. Coming up on the end of the year, you got Daria Lesnikova, Eileen Perez is back. And you got Nora Carnol versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti coming back in 2 weeks. So, or yeah, next Saturday. And UFC 307. That's it. Yep. First week of October. Yeah, I should be on for that one. Ketlin and Pena. Excuse me, Ketlin and Kayla Harrison. Yeah, he fixed that head, man. He did he did wonders for that head. He should be the head of surgery there. Herb Dean, boy, he always be on something, man. Like sometimes he be tripping too. But yeah, y'all, been on about 2 hours. I might jump on tomorrow and do a little bit of my organized show tomorrow and go through some topics for myself here because I know there's some fights I missed. But make sure y'all hit that like button. If you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. See some new people in here today. And yeah, I appreciate some of the new people coming in, bringing good conversation. No baby talk, no childish talk. If you like the fight game, let's talk about the fight game. That's all I want to do. Dudakova, nothing new on her. I saw on Instagram earlier, just like posting a picture, I guess, of her training. It might be like a couple of days old, but I haven't seen any fight news with Dudakova yet. I know Josephine Knutson is fighting. She's got a fight coming up. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, nothing with her. But yeah, y'all, let me get up off of here. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out. And we'll be back with some WMA talk tomorrow. And I don't know. I just was busy right now. I didn't have no time to drop no link this time. I know James was ready to go off, but try to give him a chance Saturday, but he didn't watch the fight Saturday, but I was so pressed for time. So we'll see how I feel about it tomorrow, okay? Or how he feels tomorrow. All right, y'all. I'm getting off here. Peace.